was passion for life. We just supported this team that be bringing them life. But we
The all new 93.7 The Beat, H-Town's real hip hop and R&B. Welcome to Blessed Beats. My name is Memphis 10. Got the ladies of the family in the building.
Yeah.
It's your girl Bishop Becca here.
And it's that girl Alexis Fly.
Yeah.
We don't often get to sit with gospel royalty.
That's
on,
right.
Jesus.
Who y'all bringing here today?
What's her name?
Kim Burrell.
Miss Kim Burrell.
Pastor Kim Burrell.
All of that.
And a
You
bag
on
of
some
chips.
people's Mount Rushmore of gospel artists or voices. I'm going to say it like that.
Thank
Yeah, you in the top 4. I mean, you missing with the greats. You know
Yeah,
that?
for
Thank
sure.
you so much. I appreciate that.
For the people watching on blessedbeats.com, 937thebeathouston.com, who is Miss Kim Burrell? You see how we lit up when we said that. Who is Miss Kim Burrell?
Miss Kim Burrell. Miss Kim Burrell, the person, that's a whole nother day.
Okay.
But let's talk Miss Kim Burrell for the reason I came to the station, for the
Okay.
people,
Okay.
right?
Amen.
So Miss Kim Burrell is 30 years deep in gospel radio, gospel music,
Okay.
professionally.
Yeah.
And from Houston, Texas, proud, live
Come
in
on,
Houston,
H-Town.
Texas.
Okay.
And a girl who loves God, raised in a Christian home, pastor, father, evangelist, mother, born and raised singing with my brothers and sisters in churches and traveling the country. Every summer, we already knew the last day of school did not mean get ready to start swimming. We had to get in the car. We had to put everything in the back because we had a preacher daddy who was going to hit the road, and we all had to sing, sleeping. I wake up out of our sleep and singing in harmony and going right on back to sleep.
Yeah.
So it's second nature, and it's someone who's very proud of the fact that God chose me to take this route of music. It has allowed me to meet so many people and so on and so forth. So it's and a person who just truly loves Jesus for real, and loves people.
Okay.
And ultimately, and she loves to shop.
Oh, amen to that. Are we talking Saks Avenue? Is that the avenue that we
Saks
walk
Fifth.
on?
Saks
Fifth.
Fifth.
Oh, look, she has a curtain.
If you going to play with
I know, but I better say the whole entire name.
Demons and all of that. I like it. Walmart.
Yeah, Wally World.
Ain't nothing
Gotta
wrong
have
with
it.
Ain't
They
nothing
just got
wrong
long
with it.
lines.
Shopping is shopping. You know what time it is. We find a deal, go get it.
Hey,
Amen.
I'm with it. So I want to jump into a lot of people's, Lord, one of my icons, Whitney Houston.
Yes.
Your relationship with her. Like, we've heard you break it down at that woman's ceremony. And I'm telling you, I was at home crying.
Me too.
Right.
No, like,
That's
I
right.
was crying. Like,
Yeah.
ma'am, when they lifted that casket, I was crying. Like, I knew that woman.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
not going to lie.
Spirit of
So
God
tell
was
us
there.
about your experience, your relationship with her, and what that looked like.
You know what? I'm finally getting to a point that I can really talk about it without that initial feel of that frog in the throat kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because, the death of Whitney was very, very hurtful on so many levels. She was my good friend. What Houston doesn't know is I cherished our relationship very closely for 16 years. We were like sisters. You know, it's even uncomfortable to say that was my friend. She was like my sister for real.
Wow.
And there'd be times she come right there through George Bush Intercontinental and nobody really knew. Because she'd say, hey, I got to get away from my world. I said, well, come on, I have somebody out there to pick you. I sent a couple of sheriffs and escort her to the house, and she'd be there eating potato pie and eating greens and in the bed with my son Christian, kicking and playing and having auntie fun. But she was such a good person. Her heart was amazing. When we were talking about her, I called her the ambassador. Whitney was young at heart, and there was no stopping her. That's why she went on that final tour in 2010 in Germany. And on that final tour she did, they called me out because Whitney was acting up. Whitney was, she was something else. She was a New Jersey kid for real, and she could get just as raw as you could ever see. And she was the real deal. And I got a call from Pat Houston, her sister-in-law, who was a manager.
Yeah.
And she said, hey, Whitney's acting up. People walking out of the show. We need you to get to Germany. I said, are you kidding? I said, when? Next week? She said, no, tonight. I said, what?
Jump on the plane right now.
For real? And I was out shopping.
Yeah.
So it was a major sacrifice.
Yeah,
Some major
absolutely.
sales where I was.
Yeah, girl, I know
I was
it.
like, oh, when I get there, she better get it together.
I know that's right.
All this flying. So we got to Germany and made it happen. And I was just there really to walk the floor of all the arenas and pray. And a lot of people wouldn't think that. I didn't go on stage until she was like, come here. I had on sweats. I've been flying for hours and hours and hours. I was like, come on, man. I didn't come here to sing. I came here to make you take your medicine, get into bed on time, and make this tour work. And that was our relationship. We were very, very close. And I miss her every single day, but she shows up. She's a trip. I know she wasn't ready to go because she stays with me every day.
Yeah.
And then to lose Bobbi Kris right after that was just heartbreak. I went to the hospital and I took as much as I could take with that. And I didn't like, the condition she was in before she left.
Right.
And, they said that she was incoherent. She was globally bred.
Brain dead.
Yeah.
And, but I just my soul wouldn't believe it because she responded in a way when she heard my voice, and she used to call me Auntie Mama. And I'm still at the place, I can't erase any of their text message. All that stuff is still in my phone. That's just me, I've had some losses, and Whitney was one that almost took me out, really, because I just didn't expect it. We just talked, a few minutes before She didn't answer anymore, and that's what happened. She was gone.
Yeah.
And I landed in LA. We were there for the Grammys. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I was nominated for a Grammy that year, but I went in to go with her to the Clive party because Clive was telling her, "I need you to come to the party. Don't act bougie this weekend. I need you to come."
Yeah, I
know exactly what Clive is talking about.
And so she was like, "Come on, go with me to Clive's party." I said, "I'm gonna go because I gotta keep you well. You in LA, you know they show out in LA."
Yeah, for
And
sure.
so I said, "Let me get out there and hold your little hand so you'll be good till it's time to go." Well, that never happened. So I got out there, but she was very close to me. We were close to each other. She was my sister for real. Yeah, I miss her.
Here's a question for you: being a gospel artist or Christian artist, are we at a time where we can actually mix working with records with secular artists? Does that work in this industry?
I don't know about this time, but I've been doing it.
Okay.
You know, here it is. I feel like this. I don't consider myself. I don't like to box myself in as a Christian artist. I don't mind being repped as that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't box myself into that because I'm gonna be honest with you. Religion has boxed Christian radio.
Yeah.
That's good.
Major.
Yeah.
And I like to be pretty much labeled as an artist who has a love for God in my heart so deep that I won't cause anything to be profane that I sing. And the people that know, I never forget one of my wake-up calls. I walked in, Missy Elliott called me right after Aaliyah died. Okay. And Missy said, you know, I'm hurting. And right now, you know, I really need my spiritual side to come alive. Yeah. So I flew to, I don't know where it was, one of them cities where she was recording about it. Flew out there, and she said, I need to give something back to my spiritual life. I said, okay, no problem. So I said, what you want me to sing? She said, oh, you got to write it. And I'll be honest with you. I said, well, honey, it's time to renegotiate the paperwork then, honey, because I came in just as a singer.
Glory.
Anyway, we went in there. No, we knocked it out. And I've been collaborating with them because, you know, we're all God's children. We're Christians at some point. You know, there should be a separation when it comes down to our lives. I mean, everybody that's living a good life is not proclaiming to be a Christian. I found that out. I had a lot of wake-up calls with a lot of my secular friends, how much Bible they knew. Right. A whole lot more than what some Christians knew. Wow. And a lot of them learned it for a defense, to let people know, don't judge me because my lyrics are something different than Christian lyrics.
Real quick, you said, like, religion has boxed in Christian music, right?
Yep.
As the Christian artist or just the artist, how is it you like to shop?
Yep.
How is it? Do you have to dress up or dress down your image? Because I know, like, Mary took flack about the way they dress. You know what I mean?
I took flack too. I did a video called "Sweeter" from one of my records. Yeah, the love album called "The Sweeter." Yeah, the song's called "Sweeter." And the video was about real life. I mean, a lot of Christians, you know, I'm not nosy like this, but I can guarantee you a lot of them didn't make their babies off the greatest.
You better come on,
now. You telling the truth.
I'm just saying.
Come on,
I don't think you're going to like everybody hold hands and pray. Come on. You stop holding hands at some point. And then body parts came together, either the Barry White, Luther, somebody.
Who gave you the most flack? Was it the
church.
Christian?
Only church.
Yeah, of course.
Only church. Come on, give me a break. Only church. And I'm to the degree the church radio was calling me, having an interview, and they were approaching me like, how do you feel that your video has not been liked? I said, oh, just kiss my butt, you know, .com. I don't care about none of that. And it is what it is. I'm just kind of out there because my thing is, I'm human just like y'all are human. And y'all got all these old walls up trying to make people believe something that's not. And the truth of the matter is, a lot of people that won't come to church because they can feel hypocrisy before they ever get there. They sit in your tone, they sit in your conversation, you make condescending songs. And I grew up in a church that was real hard. I mean, like real strict. Right. I mean, really strict. Like don't wear a certain kind of fingernail polish. You can't wear pants. If your shirt is not up a certain level to your neck, you're not considered. I mean, you got a first class ticket to hell. That's just what it was. And I had to grow out of that because I had to run into people who loved God, who had a relationship with God, who was prospering, but didn't have the same testimony as the church. So I'm like, the church is talking about prospering, but y'all broke. And other babies I'm hanging with, they got all the loot, but they're not talking y'all's talk. And I'm not saying that everybody that's got wealth is wicked. It's not the case. So I'm still on an investigation trip on how to be Christian and not be religious to the point that you ridicule and criticize folk until they don't even love God. The way you present it, they don't even want your love. They don't want Jesus.
Alexis Flock?
Wow, you blessing us right here.
I hope so.
Pastor Burrell, that's good. Yeah. But speaking of working with secular artists, you have a recent single or song that you have with Pharrell. Can you share with our listeners a little bit about that?
What's crazy, years ago, Pharrell lost an aunt that was like his mom. And it really, really hurt their family. And Pharrell reached out to me personally and said, hey, I need your voice to help me. That's how me and Whitney met. Whitney's daddy died.
That's amazing.
And Whitney was like, Pat called and said she won't come out of the restroom. And she was just going through her emotions. She lost her dad. You know, was a manager and all of that. And so she wouldn't stop playing my songs. So she said, I think this is the only thing going to bring her out. So They played the song. I got there. First time I met Whitney, I just met hair, a mink, and in the back of a limousine because she wouldn't get out the car at the service.
Wow.
So she got out when she found out I was there, and we became bonded. It's crazy. I can't wait to tell. I'm writing a book too.
Oh.
I didn't announce that, but I am writing a book, and it's a lot of stuff. Me and Whitney had a lot of private times, and there's a lot of things I want to reveal about sisterhood. It's not even about the life and times of Whitney Houston. Yeah. Nobody can even really tell that story, but her mom. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, life and times. But Pharrell reached out, and Pharrell was like, Kim, after we met a long time ago, and he called me recently, and he says, this new movie is coming out. He says, and your voice has got to take it there. And went to the studio in L.A., sat with him, listened to the music, went in there and knocked it out, and here we are. And 20th Century Fox completely has gone head over heels as if they've never heard a voice like mine, which I'm grateful for, because it is opening a lot of doors, and especially over there.
Wow.
And what's the name of the song?
It is called I See a Victory.
Yeah.
Woo, I just love
wait.
that.
It's amazing.
Whitney.
Hello.
Hey, what's this TV thing you
Come
talking
on,
about?
tell us
You got this book.
To the
you got
big
the
screen.
book, you
Yeah.
got all these artists. You talking about Clive Davis.
We talking about chicks.
It's Miss Kim
Yeah.
Burrell.
Chicks.
Here it is.
TV.
There's a lady who is in the studio with me right now. It was Jacqueline and Ludo.
Okay.
Jacqueline and Ludo. A lot of people, with the whole race thing going on right now, it's a mess, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to blame no one person who has a swing over bang from New York, but I ain't gonna go there. But he's got a lot of energy in the world, and I'm born and raised in the South, here in Houston, Texas, and so I went to Humboldt, Texas, where it was predominantly 1% black when I grew up out there in the early 70s, right?
Okay.
So the whole race thing has been really an issue for the South. So to meet a lady who is 100% full heart-blooded pro Kim Burrell, met my personality and during a forum that we did at University of Houston one day, and she kept looking down there. We made eye contact, and she got my number, and she says, I got to talk to you. Didn't know she was just as connected. You wouldn't know. She's so humble. You have no idea the people that this lady knows. And it's like mind-blowing that I know she's a godsend. Her name is Jacqueline Little. She came into my life. She says, look, I got some relationships. I think your personality belongs on television.
Man.
Listen, from a thought to a conversation to a lunch that lasted 5 hours to ending up getting the makeup, hair, and keeping it moving.
Ham sandwich right now.
Please understand.
Yes.
Come on.
And it's called keeping it moving with Kim Burrell, and no pun intended, but then again, keeping it moving. KIM. What?
Yeah.
Spell it.
Acronym.
I was gonna ask you, what was that birth out?
You already know what time it is.
Yeah.
Keep it moving. It's a brand. It's all about.
So what can
branding.
we expect from keeping it moving?
Everything you would never imagine on TV. Not from a person that's known for being a Christian artist to being a world voice. That's what this is about. This is about revealing my relationships and the power thereof. And we know we got a lot of reality TV that's so not real. Give me a break. And my thing is about really not just keeping it moving, but keeping it really real. And facing some real facts. I don't know. The network that picks this up and takes it, we're on CW39.
They're gonna be blessed.
I'm gonna tell you something. They're gonna be blessed and gonna be very rich, because my thing is they're gonna make me rich in the process. Now listen, saints of God. That's another thing. They think Christians don't like to make money. The Bible says that money answereth all things.
Yeah.
I'm proud of Memphis 10. My new nickname for him is Memphis 10,000.
I know that's right.
10,000. He's doing way too much not to be Memphis 10,000. That's gonna be my thing.
I love that.
But this TV thing is an answer from God. Because there's so many people. We got a strong 25 to 50 major names that's been circulating for years and years and years on both sides. Christians and R&B. Okay, that's cool. We all know who we are, right? Everybody's getting older. You taking stay young pills just to stay in the game instead of bringing somebody else up. So when I spent time doing Sunday Best on BET, you meet all of these people. I was meeting people before, but to meet them in front of the world, I want the world to know that that's not an acting thing for me. I want to see the best for everybody. That's my nature. I want to see the best for everybody. I'm going to be listening for Memphis 10 and y'all show to know that it went and did everything y'all wanted to do, because that's the blessing in it all, is wanting to see it happen for other people. So that's what keeping it moving is about, is to remind people to live the fullest of your life. Don't build your life off the beat of somebody else's life. Find your own rhythm, your own drum, and know how to get along. And when you can't beat a snare, know how to beat a cymbal. If you can't beat a foot pedal,
This is why she a pastor.
Everybody wants to be very rough, and you can't.
man, don't
Be
do
on.
that. Yeah, it was 5 heartbeats, and they all beat at the same
Thank you.
thing.
Can I get a high five?
Come
And
on.
amen
You know what I
again.
mean?
Check this out. 937thebeathouston.com. Blessbeats.com. I'm gonna let y'all do this, right? There's gonna be a lot of people watching this, hearing Kim Burrell for the first time.
Come
right?
on.
I'm not gonna ask. I'm gonna let y'all ask.
I'm gonna ask.
Come
You
on,
gonna
y'all.
ask?
So here at Bless Beatz,
We've been talking about this before you got here.
we have everybody come, all of our guests come, and they give us bars.
Oh, they do.
Not
They
candy
give us
bars.
How about it cleared up?
Give us bars. So with you, you know, hey, you got your pastorship going on thing. You got your singing, super singing. So we gonna give you a beat, right?
All right.
And you gonna give us bars. Whether they're speaking over it, mixing a little singing in
Okay,
through
let's
there,
see
do
what
your
happens.
thing. I believe in you.
It's whatever the Holy Spirit drops in
Oh,
your
your
mouth.
heart.
I'm gonna
I
tell
believe in
you.
you.
All right, I hope it inspires me.
Oh, I think it will.
I think it will.
I think you're gonna
I
like
think it
this.
will.
It ain't too hard. It won't be too hard.
Come on with it. Turn it up.
You might
We got a hip hop
recognize it.
station.
We had hip hop section. You gotta do
One
it.
of the goats I'm gonna call Tupac. I'm gonna put you on this Tupac track. It's called Smile.
Okay.
You got it.
Burrell in the building.
Come on.
It's got to be exclusive right here. She just gonna sing. She gonna rap. I don't know what she gonna do. Y'all about to be blessed.
Whatever
Let's
you
go.
want to do. Whenever you catch the beat, you can go.
You can just smile. If it's in your heart, you ought to smile. Make a start, you ought to smile. I know that Tupac did it, but I got to get in it. I got to smile. Everybody watching 93.7 The Beat. Make a smile. Don't you cheat. Open up them teeth. If it ain't but 3, use them out. For the victory, you gotta smile.
Yeah.
You was right, Bishop. You was right.
I said
Who
she
won
gonna
the
kill
bet?
it.
I just
She won.
I want
She
10%.
said, I know she was
She's gonna kill. I
She
said, do it.
said it.
Kim Burrell.
She gonna kill. Give us
Keep
a
it
bar.
up with Kim.
Come on.
Keep it
Keep it
moving.
moving. Okay.
Keep it moving.
How we find you on social media?
Look it up at KimBurrell.com. At Kim Burrell Love. At Kim Burrell Love. On every side from the tweet. Put a smile. Hey, come on.
Yay.
All right, Saints. You might be watching this on your laptop.
Oh, that was awesome.
You might be watching it on your desktop. You might be watching it on your smartphone. Stretch your hands to that thing.
And
Miss Kim Burrell.
And before we stretch Memphis, they just want her to throw in where the talk show is going to be
My
on.
girl.
What
Absolutely.
television show?
Go to hashtag. I need you to tweet the CW39. Hashtag CW39. Right, Jack?
Houston.
CW39 Houston.
Keep it
moving.
KB.
KB. That's the hashtag. Okay?
We make sure we
And,
put
watch,
that.
and you can go online and watch it. We need those ratings because it's time for me to get on this. I can interview you in front of the world and interview y'all. It's time to make it smile the whole world.
Amen.
Miss Kim Burrell, can you bless us out of here real quick?
By all means, Father God, I thank you so much. You told us in everything to give you thanks. And so I take pleasure in thanking you because you're always good. And even when we don't understand it, you're even better than good. Thank you for the process of all of our lives that we're going through to get to the greater good. And every person that is reaching their hand, reach back to them, touch them, let them know that you're real. Not only here where we are, but where they are. You're everywhere. You're omnipresent. Be that God in all of our lives. In Jesus' mighty name, amen.
Hallelujah. Amen.
God bless the Beatz. 93.7. We out here.